This is gonna work. Live now. Of course, Larry Adams is on, baby.
He's coming in.
Frank Tomaszewski.
28th and 29th, I think.
He said he'll be here when we open. Do you want me to move that back to there, that Insta?
I was messing with it.
Doug Arnold is in. Sean Ratz is in. Robert Criswell is in and is watching.
Sean Ratz owes me a sticker.
What kind of sticker?
For a bottle of bourbon. Tater sticker.
Ooh, taters. Begley.
Queen on the couch. She's on the couch. She's been on the couch all day.
Oh, Chris Coulter. G'day to you as well.
He said it's in the glove box.
Awesome.
I think you cut yourself out of that.
Yeah, you cut yourself out of that one big time.
Can you
Come
zoom
on,
right
Ron.
out?
Just turn it around a little bit, Ron.
Is that
You're
your
going to sit on my lap?
What do you want for Christmas?
That looks about as good as we're going to get right there.
Let's go over this way towards Brandon.
Yep, that's good.
Alright.
Actually, that's what
Four
we
amigos
what we
right there.
That's actually going to help us quite a bit. We have 53 seconds, and this is starting to look good. Stuart Wallace, I'm talking to you. Get ready for a good show, because this is going to be a good show.
Stellar.
Big night planned. Big night planned. You got big plans? Awesome.
Yeah.
And this is the time, ladies and gentlemen, when you want to just go ahead and hit that share and share it out to everybody you know.
Like, share, subscribe, comment.
All that good stuff.
What do we got? 20 seconds. Oh yeah. You're on the live broadcast, which is good. That's gonna work. That's gonna work first time, Adrian. 7 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1.
Look at that.
Bam!
Bam.
Bing.
What's happening? High fives. We got everybody in.
Nice.
Damn.
That's
Just like we warrant wrapped that one.
Yeah, that's it. What's up, everybody? Cheers.
Cheers.
This is now cheersing.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
God,
Jesus Christ.
This is messy.
Stellar show.
This is getting messy.
Cheers to all you. This is the first drink of the night. It's now running down my hand here. All right. Who's the homeless guy?
Found me on the streets. Said he'd give me some cigars if I came on the show. So here.
It is really easy to survive in this world.
Yes, it is.
What's up, Noah?
What's up?
Man, Noah has been a part of ICC since day one.
Before day one.
Were you were here on the team for the grand opening time, right?
Yeah.
Dude,
I was running around during the build-out process when people were coming in. I was helping out even before the shop opened.
That's right, because we got kicked out of another lounge in the area that will be unnamed because it goes by the name of Up and Smoke. And you were working there at the time.
I was.
And
Yeah.
Did you get booted out of there?
I just kind of left on my own. Yeah.
It's amazing. If you want to piss down friendships that you thought you've had for a while, open a cigar lounge. And you'll notice that these people that are real happy with you spending your money there are not excited about it at a cigar lounge. So we got booted.
Not
You've been
excited,
nice.
you'd think.
Yeah, you would think they'd be excited.
Yeah.
We're excited for them.
Yeah.
Aaron Childers, what's up?
What up, man?
He wants to get us to Wichita.
Let's get y'all to Wichita.
Wichita.
That's God's country, baby.
He's here for the Cigars and Guns.
That sounds good. Well, you're going to be halfway excited and halfway listening to it. Is he coming up on Instagram up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it is Wichita, so this might be the entertainment of the year in Wichita.
Yeah.
Well, they get it every
Right.
week.
I've been to Wichita.
They do
So
get
it's
it every
entertainment
week.
of the week.
Of the year of the week.
That makes sense.
That's what I'm talking about. Larry Adams understands that. He's up there in LaGrange, Missouri.
LaGrange, Missouri.
He's living the life.
He is.
Jeremy has some Clase Azul tequila for us tomorrow.
Damn.
Looking forward to that.
Nice.
Damn.
Very nice.
Good for you, Jeremy. And all right, so let's just throw this out there. This is Cigar Talk, working name still. Formerly Cigars 101, still kind of Cigars 101.
Yeah, we'll talk about cigars.
We're going to talk about cigars. If you have questions, please feel free to fire them out.
Yeah.
We are monitoring on all sides. And we're just going to talk some cigars and life.
Speaking of cigars, I'm going to go get one. It's in
You
my
mean-
bag.
Wow.
That's under preparation right there.
Speaking of cigars.
Yeah. He's clearly learned from Ron.
Yes. This is Ron. If you're watching, we love you. Jake Powell, the chick on the left, that's Noah. Noah identifies as a cigar smoker this evening.
I do.
And has for quite a while. And that's that. It's young Martin Riggs.
Speaking of identifying.
Someone's just jealous he doesn't have the hair anymore.
Yeah.
At the end of it. But I'm jealous of the beard that I can't grow, so it all evens out.
I saw a great photo on Facebook the other day, and it was an older car that was silver. Obviously, it had some impact that was done on the front fender, so they put the black primered front fender on it, and it just said on there, "I identify as silver."
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
My car needs something that just says I identify as a functioning vehicle.
Most days I would be right. Most days I would be right. I remember one time you gave me a ride home. And what was it? I had
the
to,
door handle off and we were trying to get it open.
I think I had to crawl through the back window and then crawl up to the front seat. Is that how that worked?
You just stayed in the back seat.
Yeah, it was like an Uber. Except my Uber driver was probably drunk.
Yeah.
Marty Upton, what's up? Stuart Wallace, what's up, everybody?
Pennington's
Frank
in.
Smith. Yeah,
Pennington's
Frank
in
Smith.
and Pennington's in.
Oh, yeah, all the Penningtons.
We've got
Beckley's got hot topics. Oh my god.
Frank
good.
Smith coming in.
Lancaster, Ohio.
What's up?
Tony's Cigar Smoking and Fishing Edition is from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
So let us know where you're at. I don't know if we can say good evening, mate, to just about anybody if they're coming into us from a foreign country like Chicago. And we're here to say good evening in your foreign tongue.
Joshua, where are you coming in from? This is Beckley's coming in with hot topics. How did she do that font with all the candles in
I
it?
don't think she did
I
that.
don't know. She doesn't know.
And Sean Ratz is talking about your wife's tits again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
why? It's all she talks about.
Skittles.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk cigars for this.
talk a little bit about the fact that my wife and some of her crazy friends are going to do a show starting here relatively soon.
Yeah, it's called Size Matters.
Size matters.
It's gonna be
and of course, it's a reference to
Cigars.
Robustos, Gordos, Toros, Bellicoso, a little bit everything. So they're going to give you a woman's point of view of cigars and other stuff, and knowing them, it's going to be so far off the rails that you'll forget it's a cigar show.
I have never been so nervous about anything ever, of just entrusting the Lynx ladies, predominantly your wife, my mom,
Yeah.
how she's going to just take our brand and smash it right
They're
there.
gonna. We'll have some distance there, but the only thing you'll know that it was shot here in this room because we definitely have to close it up and seal it off from the public. But that show is going to be crazy, and it will probably get 20,000 views because there's some chick that's on that does these shows on Facebook, literally gets like 20,000 views, and I mean this is literally more entertaining. But it's a tough show. I watched it today, and it's like all these guys are going, hi, waving and how you doing and all this other stuff.
So she's wearing a low-cut shirt.
Yeah.
She's wearing a medium, and
That's all it takes.
definitely.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, she's just
off the roof. Yeah.
yeah.
Look at this. We've got Kevin. Kevin coming in. Kevin, I got your order picked, and I put in a couple extra house sticks for you. He's actually doing an SSW coast to coast bottle share in Georgia. SSW fan in Georgia. So
nice.
I've got some house sticks coming out with you, and they're gonna be smoking good.
Well, and for our SSW friends, we will be doing soon a live show from here with our own Rodney Smith, and we will be releasing the whiskey straw.
Nice.
I'm gonna be honest. I've been smoking those.
Oh, have you now?
Yeah.
And how's that going?
Very good.
Yeah, nice.
The cease and desist.
So we're gonna have.
It's quality.
No, see, I'm calling the cease and desist, the small little 4x44, the shot, because it's just a shot of cigar.
Okay.
The whiskey straw is a Lancero that's been in there for 8 weeks now.
I haven't smoked those.
10 weeks.
I haven't smoked those.
They're real good.
Are they?
Yeah.
How would you know?
He's been
I
smoking.
don't know. I have to test them to make sure that they're,
That's-
absorbing all the,
Yeah.
the smoke wagon.
That's what I'm doing.
Speaking of smoke wagon, that's what they're drinking
That's
tonight.
But you remember a couple months back, the LCA released the Cinnabon. I can't remember who did the Cinnabon, but it was kind of a dog shit cigar, right?
Yeah.
If we're being honest, it wasn't. I wouldn't say.
Actually,
I don't want to run it.
Actually, Hochi released it.
I don't want to run it down too much, but it wasn't. It didn't live up to it. But when we released the cease and desist, the shot, which have been living in the smoke wagon barrel, that is like a Cinnabon. It's warm, it's buttery, it's got this little cinnamon bite to it, but it's still got this saltiness to it. It's exceptional, and it's really easy to smoke in about 8 minutes.
Yeah, that thing
It's
is
very tasty.
That
So
thing,
Elliot should smoke one in like 2.
too.
He would go
He's
out
like
there
five.
like in the 70s when Steve Martin would get on stage and take a cigarette down in one track. That's what I think he can do.
Yeah.
Marty, as the head of the quality control department, I've been checking them, and unfortunately, we're going to have about 8 to sell by the time we get done because I may be smoking more than I'm supposed to. But I left the shot. I left those alone, but apparently
I did.
Wagon over here has them.
I did. I mean, they're making them smoke them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to test them out. I mean, you got to.
Yeah. Teamwork.
See there.
If you sell it, it's a profit deal.
It's a
I was
profit
way
deal.
off.
So
what's everyone smoking? I got the Atabay Divinos.
Very nice.
I'm smoking a
Oh,
bag
awesome.
there.
Bandolero.
Bandoleros
Oh,
is so
Because we finally got him back.
Oh,
And this cigar, the Crux du Connoisseur, is spectacular.
Yeah.
It is so good.
It's done right.
And because Jamon, the owner of Definition Cigars, is sitting out in the lounge, I'm smoking my new favorite DC, which I love the 919.
That's your
But
favorite BC?
This is
I
the
need
new
to get
one.
one of those.
That's the new box press with a slightly different wrapper. That is smoking a Hershey's chocolate kiss.
That's
It
the
is
Maduro?
so good. It's not like the other one, is it? The other one's really
like a-
flavy and heavy.
That's like a candy corn.
Yeah.
That really sweet, really airy.
Really?
I expected that to be really strong.
No, totally different. This is the Definition
Equalizer, box
equalizer,
press?
but it's a box press and it's a slightly different wrapper. I actually call it the other one. I call it Soul Glow.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so oily that it leaves the oil spot on the box when you take the cigars out.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
I am smoking the Crux Epicure with a trilogy punch in it. This is. I'm just.
You can't go wrong with that.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just astounded. If you look for a daily smoker, and I see there's someone who's in here that usually smokes pipes, but loves butter rum in a pipe. I'll tell you, if you like something that's very smooth, it's very whole, it's very fulfilling. Crux Cigars they are making some of the finest cigars on the planet right now. They're just killing it.
And they are so consistent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that is a cigar that you smoke every day because it is consistently good.
So we're talking about cigars and the flavor profiles, right? Jeremy's saying we're making them hungry.
I can understand that because when you get some of these cigars that have to me the Epicure is like cashews.
Yeah.
Real buttery, but buttery, creamy, nutty, and it's super good.
Yep.
The du Connoisseur, that really kind of benefited from the little extra time it waited to do the phase 2 of the wrapper.
It was worth waiting for.
But that
No
label
doubt.
is,
It's delicious.
and that label is, you guys did great on that label.
I had virtually nothing to do with that. Gabe is just killing it right now.
I felt like a kid on Christmas morning last week. I walked in, looked over, saw this sitting there, and just beeline straight to it. Because hadn't had it in a while. It looks great, and I knew it was going to taste good.
It hasn't been out since 2018, and the cigars have been done since before then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sitting.
So that's why it's exceptional.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get the factory that knocks on your, it gives you a call essentially and goes, hey, yeah, it's cute. We understand this, but you need to get these things out of the factory because they've been in here for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And then we produce around it and then get it out. So if you want to smoke something that was an exceptional cigar at the beginning and now has a few years of age, and you want to see what it does when it becomes more composed, do connoisseurs. Hop on industrialcigars.co, order those up. They're next level.
Super excited. En route to us right now, 2 new crops. The box pressed short Salamone Limitada. So really, that's one of my favorite cigars, the Limitada. Now you take it, put it in a shape that I love that shape. I love the Salamone. And then you add box press to it, so the draw is going to be really good. And the one that I think is going to be dynamite is the double Corona Bull and Bear.
Yep.
That is going to, it's a 7x54.
Yep.
And it is going to be.
That's the ultimate
so
outdoor golfing full body. That is an anytime cigar.
Yeah.
And they'll come in somewhere in the ballpark they'll be sub 12. So that's a cigar. If you don't have the time for it, you can put it down and walk away because it's not crazy expensive.
Well, I told Jeff at the show last week that when he told me the price it was going to be, I told him it was way too low. That cigar's way too low. But anyway, so we got somebody in here smoking an Espinosa Laranja.
Right on.
Which is very good.
And Nance, what's up, Ed?
And Stuart, make sure that you snag as many of those as you can, particularly if you're smoking the Oscuro, the darker wrapper, because that uses a Brazilian Metafina wrapper. Very, very unique wrapper. Typically, Brazilian wrappers are very, very oily. And this Metafina is not, by any stretch of the imagination. And they can't find that wrapper anywhere.
Yep.
So if they're out there, and that was Cigar Snob's #1 cigar of the year in the top 25, so they win. But
yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I think we still got some, so I'm excited about that.
Girl. Frank is currently lighting up a cease and desist.
Yeah.
That girl on the show looks a little rough. No, will you just say, okay, here's what I want to know. Because you've been getting, and I think you've probably been into whiskey, but it seems like you're getting more and more into whiskey.
Yeah.
What have you found has been maybe a surprising pairing from a whiskey perspective that is just, someone should not walk past it?
I don't know. I just like drinking whiskey and smoking cigars. I'm not great on picking out every flavor. It's almost like when I was in Honduras, I asked Julio what he likes when he's coming up with cigars. He said he either likes it or he doesn't. That's how I kind of am
He
here.
said it a different way, though,
I like
right?
it or it's shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it or it's shit. What's up, Brandon Byers? What's happening, dog?
Sean, let me know what you think of that Nova. That was part of that whole package that is to help Honduras. And it had a little bit of everything, 6 different cigars in it. But interested in the Nova.
So the Cho Zen,
Yep.
the cigar we were talking about is called the Dew Connoisseur. It took me about 18 months to figure out how you spell connoisseur, but that's on, just put in DewCon in industrialcigars.co and you will see that cigar. Exceptional. I'm really excited the way that the packaging turned out. It's very classy, it's very elegant, but still pretty masculine.
Yeah, Stuart is smoking the Oscuro, so.
Yeah, 9 Lifer Leaf by Oscar. Great cigar.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Oscar is really producing some next level cigars.
Yeah.
If you like
that's
Cicerone.
That's another one that's just, it's showcasing some of the great stuff that's coming out of Honduras right now. Oscar stuff comes out of Honduras. The new Bocock Brothers that we just brought in the last couple of weeks, which has been on fire, literally. But the Bocock Brothers cigars are also out of Honduras. Plasencia does that, as well as the Cavalier. So there's some, Rocky has a cigar made there. Oscar, that's really his home turf. So really, really good cigars that are coming out of Honduras right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their factories aren't as sophisticated as what's going on in Dominica and Nicaragua, but the tobacco itself is good. It's naturally a little sweeter than Nicaraguan tobacco just because of the lack of oil that's in that tobacco, but in that cigar. But we actually, the Bocock Brothers sponsored our golf on Sunday.
Yep.
So they provided us with cigars and everybody smoked them. And what everybody was blown away with is they would take a puff on the cigar, set it down, go up, hit their chip shots, think around, come back, and it's still lit.
Yeah.
And the cigar, the ones that I smoked 3 on the golf course that day, was playing a little slow. They never went out. And a lot of times when you get out there on the cigars, they go out. So I was really impressed with
It's
that.
a testament to the construction and
It's totally.
Yep.
Yeah, this is we got some good traction right now. Welcome in everyone who's joining us. This is our Saturday Cigar Talk show. If you have questions,
Is it Saturday?
That's what I said.
I know. Is it still Saturday, or do you want to do it on Tuesday now?
I'm not going to work tomorrow.
Okay, well, good.
So
at least you get Sunday off.
Yeah, at least we get Sunday off. But this is our connection, our weekly connection on whatever day is today. We usually do it on the day that is today of the week.
Yeah.
If you have questions, fire them out. If not, we just kind of run through and talk about UFOs and Sasquatch and all that other stuff.
Yeah, Jerry Vaughn thinks that
That's a compliment.
this dude looks like me, but the dude from Megadeth.
Dave Mustaine.
Yeah.
So,
I'll take it.
got that going for you.
Yeah.
Take it.
That's a compliment right there.
You know what I've always realized, and I realized this when I had long hair, is hair is the number one way someone judges you immediately.
Yeah.
And it's I see it here with Andrew and Nathan. They gave up on their hair. Mine's running away from my face, but I'm not giving up. They're like, oh, you're the one with hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also the oldest. But yeah, it's always hair that is the first. You came walking in and I was like, oh, this poor fellow's looking for money.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, that's Noah. He's
Hey,
on
I
this
figure
one's
while
good.
I got it, I'm seeing what it turns into.
Amen to
That's
that.
right.
So-
Amen to that. I won't be there forever.
Hopefully it will be.
So
Yeah,
my wife
here's-
says she has a question.
I'm afraid.
This
Me
is
too.
serious.
Yeah, go ahead, Queen Bee. I have an answer. No. They'll never grow up. Okay. So I think that's it. No. You're perfect. I want to know what your most memorable experience with a cigar was when the world was just right. When you could take a look and it just opens up your eyes and just turns the lights on to reality and go, oh my God, this is what I need to be doing right now.
I had a Las Calaveras, one of the 2015 or 16 ones. JP gave it to me, and I was sitting out here, just everyone's talking, everything's going, football's on or something, everyone's excited, a lot of energy. I just got lost in the cigar, almost fell asleep. I looked over, Dave looked at me, he goes, "What the hell are you doing?" Because I was coughing out with my eyes closed. He's like, "I thought you passed out on the couch." Bagley looked at me, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Leave me alone, I'm smoking a cigar."
Yeah.
So
I can see
probably
that.
be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's we know we've spoken about some of ours, but you know what I saw? I think it was last Tuesday, maybe the Tuesday before. After we got done with this, I walk out to the lounge, and I'm standing in the back hallway by the bathroom, and there was this moment of clarity when I saw we had a lounge full of people from all different walks of life. It seemed like every country was in there, is what it felt like. Everyone was there and different.
Yep.
Not a single phone to be found. And the sound of connection, there's a certain ring of music when people connect.
Yeah.
Because there's this rhythm that you find where they'll say, and they're like, ha, ha, and there's a rhythm to it where I stood in the back and I watched people connect. And it was this, I don't know if I was smoking the cigar or if I did, but watching other people was this refresh of, this is why you smoke cigars.
Yeah.
Everyone put their phones away on a Tuesday evening and had a real conversation.
That happens frequently here too, because I've noticed it multiple times where I look over and everyone's phone is face down on the table. They all had it out at some point, and then the conversation and just the community and the love for each other took over, and the phones became a distant text. Like they were just nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's an incredible thing to
That's
watch.
the best time.
To watch humans connect.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this earlier when we did your podcast in your backyard. I remember that getting done and going, I wish that was another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just that once you hit into that mesh with somebody,
Yeah.
you just, I tell you, it's something special.
Yeah, and having the earphones on, I think, just being in the backyard in the element, enjoying a good cigar, tequila, and just good conversation.
Yeah.
Good people.
So I have a question for you coming in from the Queen Bee. directed to you. Shrinkage. Is shrinkage a real thing? This is a lady needing to know.
She's watched too much Seinfeld, I can tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it is.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
And as she's saying right now, what Elaine said, how do you guys deal with these things?
Yeah. Gary.
Yeah, can we answer Gary's question?
Gary actually has a good question.
Yeah, Gary's actually refers to something about cigars. But light them with a match, a flint lighter, butane, or cedar, and why or why not?
The short answer to that, light it however you want to light it.
Yeah, whatever catches fire.
Yeah.
Is good.
I like this style, which is a flint soft flame, because it's a bit more of a timeless style.
Yeah.
I like it. It's terrible outside.
Yeah.
But inside, just that when you get one more, it's like driving the Porsche, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to feel, it's not just like click and goes.
Yeah.
You gotta flip it open,
You ain't Porsche?
kick it.
I like a torch.
I think.
I don't have a Porsche. I don't
I don't
know.
have
All right, I'm bringing the Porsche on Saturday and you're gonna drive the Porsche.
I think.
You'll see.
But in all seriousness, I think there's a mistake that a lot of smokers do with a torch is they get it right. They just literally just cook the foot of that cigar. And you know, when this tobacco gets too hot and you start pulling air through it can turn into charcoal. Literally, turn into charcoal. So it's really critical when you have a torch to just keep that thing a long distance away, and just you'll be surprised how much heat that still is getting to the cigar. Matches are great. Cedar is just a classic way because cedar just smells so good when it's done.
And it does make a noticeable difference.
And you're pulling that cedar smoke into the cigar itself, so you're not hurting it. You're just getting it better. So obviously butane. You know, some people say it changes the flavor. You know, I double dare you to tell me which one was lit with and
Honestly,
without it. That's just somebody making shit up.
It is complete. I mean, you think about, you're bringing in the butane, but that stuff is already cooked off.
Especially, like you're saying, you keep the flame away from the cigar, all of that gas is burning off in the flame there.
Mm-hmm.
You're just getting residual heat to light it.
And I'll tell you what, the guys at Crux know a thing or two about cigars. Right? They know a thing or two, right? You know what they light with? A Bic.
Yeah.
A Bic.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, there's nothing even remotely as freeing to, you know, all of us cigar smokers that travel, we're like, man, I hope they don't steal my shit.
It's
I
a
hope they don't
Bic.
take
I
it.
don't care.
It's a Bic. It's like, I put it right there in front of everything. They're not gonna take it.
Nope.
They don't take it. There's a freedom in going, you know what, it's the same thing as a soft flame, but it's a Bic. And if you throw it away, I got 72 cents for another one.
I kind of feel like you disrespect the cigar when you're lighting a Big. I mean, here's an Atabay, right? And some of these sticks, $20, $30 range. And I want to enjoy it. I know lighting it up with the Big will do the job, but it's in the moment. And I'll use a torch. If I have cedar, I'll use cedar at the time. But to me, it's respect of the cigar and the roller and the.
I think also, as long as you're using the right technique, toasting the foot, getting a nice even light, at the end of the day, if you're able to do that, that's the most important part.
Yep,
And
exactly.
Brandon Byers, our general manager, said he had a horrible day. Nothing felt right. And he had only been at ICC for 2 months. He came in, and within 15 minutes, he was smoking, laughing, and enjoying the fact that he was there. So that's just getting engulfed in the culture.
Yep. That's it. Let's do something because we've got some good traction here. Brian McGee is in. Let's do this. Right now on ICC, we're sitting about 20 people live. Give this a share. If we can bump this up to 30, give it a share and comment done, and then we'll pick somebody. I've got some cigars for you, and if we can get this up to 30, we'll pick somebody out and give something away here.
I need to share this and write done then.
Share it. Do whatever you want to do.
Rodney Smith, that is Noah.
Yes.
That's not our. He was out riding skateboards out back.
What's up, Maria? Welcome in. If you have questions, fire those things through. What I'm seeing is we have 4 new staff members, 4 new ICC family members in here. One of which is Nicole.
Right.
And Nicole is very new, has yet to smoke her first cigar, has And it's funny because every time it's like, you ready to smoke a cigar yet? At the beginning it was, no, I don't want one. But now she's like, no.
How long
She's getting close.
A week.
Okay.
So she's probably a week away.
I think we should have just like a pool around here to see what the over-under is on when she smokes one.
Yeah, exactly. It's
That's great. I think today helped her. We got Kathleen here, Keisha's here, so maybe that kind of.
I think so. But if we see these,
tell Maria to come on in. We got women all over the place.
Yeah, this is it, and I've seen a lot of ladies making their way in here. Many more ladies who are coming in and just feeling comfortable being here, and that's a cool thing. But if you were to take, let's say, if you had a beginner, do you have a cigar that sits in your humidor at home that you would give to anyone?
I have a specific humidor for newbies / non-smokers, right? Because they come over and I have friends that smoke, and others like, oh, I'll try one. That's the humidor I go to.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's a cigar smoker, somewhat new, Aladino, Connecticut.
So simple.
Yeah.
That's what
I
we
would
do.
do
a
a
cigar.
Rock Brothers, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Typically you go with a Connecticut or something that's just not going to be real aggressive. Crux up here would be perfect.
Yep.
We're good. Come here.
Come here real quick.
Will you slide over here real quick?
We just got.
We were just talking about you.
Come here.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone who's watching,
Come on over here.
this is the Come on over.
Yeah,
come
come
on.
on.
So this is
This is part of the training program.
yes. Okay.
It's just the internet. I mean, it's not like anyone's on it.
Nicole, everyone, this is Nicole. Everyone give her a thumbs up. Give her a
Thumbs up,
wave.
say hi.
So we were just trying to figure out what the over-under is until you have your first cigar.
Oh, jeez.
How many more days?
Better than me.
How many more days do you think you can go without smoking a cigar?
Well, I've been here about a week. I feel like I already have.
Second hand. That's a second hand way.
Yep.
So I imagine any day now.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Okay, we're breaking it.
We're gonna have to do that live too.
Yeah. Catch us next week for Nicole's first cigar.
But y'all know.
Would you have Travis grab me a principal Cochin Volant?
I think I know what
Say
that is.
please.
Yeah.
Please, I
She
she
knows what it is.
She could see the please right in my eyes.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of principle that we want to give to someone also.
that
You were
is.
gonna ask me a question.
I was gonna say, what are you gonna put her on? Her first cigar.
I think we should go Atabay SG7.
Ooh, Atabay for the first one.
That would be
That's
so
so
good.
Just start. Just go with
That's
this
one of
one.
my
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
cigars. That
See,
size of it
Atabay
too.
I think if
Why not?
I'm thinking I'm gonna put her on a 1920 La Nacional on his account.
Isn't
that's
that
not nice.
101.
Yeah, watch it like this. Go. Oh yeah, I don't like this.
Buyers coming in. Please don't make me have to write a report about it.
Yeah.
Greg Stockard, yeah, this is awesome. It's cool. Make sure you come in. We've got a lot of new people who are in here. So if you're in the humidor and some of our new family members are looking a little bit unsure, don't sweat it. They're going to continue to learn, but it's part of that process of bringing them in. They're making sure that your visit is the best it can be, and we'll teach that product knowledge as we go along. So
We definitely, our training is definitely based on experience outwards. So the focus is experience, your experience in the shop. We hired personalities.
Yeah.
We could train them cigars.
exactly.
You know, and I've met a lot of guys that know a lot about cigars. I wouldn't want to really have a long conversation with them if they could have one.
Nor do they want to have a long conversation
No.
with you.
No.
And poor Noah, because when Noah was here, it was doors were open, rock and roll. And now we have this whole back end hospitality training. We have this whole platform.
You just threw me into the fire.
Thank you. Perfect.
Yes, it is.
That's exactly right.
Thank you.
Hell yes.
Nice.
We've got Maria is saying hello. Greg Stockard is saying hey. We've got Marty Upton saying welcome to the family. We've got some traction.
Thank you. So nice.
So yeah, looking forward to your first cigar next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Next
I can't
week.
wait.
You're
I
halfway
can't
there
wait.
already.
Pressure.
Brandon Myers, please staff up next week so we can have Nicole in on this.
Yeah.
Family affair.
That's
That's it. That's it. That would be fun to watch somebody smoke their
Yes.
first cigar.
Hell yeah, why not?
I mean, could that be Begley's first video.
It could.
Oh, that
Live
could be.
stream,
Yeah.
cigar.
In the middle of nipple talk, they could talk about. They could talk about
Skittles.
or Skittles. Sorry, I didn't mean to expose it for what it was.
We have a question from Eric Clinton, and I want everyone to chime in on this. First of all, he said done because he shared it. Thank you.
Hey, man.
So he's looking for a good Cuban cigar. What do you suggest?
I suggest go to ICC and industrialcigars.co and just buy anything.
Yeah, and you know, so my feedback on that is there's so many cigars that are better than Cubans. Although if you get an actual real Cuban, Dave will have some feedback on that.
We have some
And you can
pre-embargo
tell
Cubans
you-
here too, which are still Cubans.
That's true. Are those on the?
No, they're not on the site.
so,
That's
yeah.
okay. But in all honesty, right now especially, let's look at it. How much pressure happens in a country before a country revolts?
Oh,
Right?
so-
Months, years, right?
60
Right now,
years.
they're at a point of really revolting. So what do you think they've been doing for the past number of years? They've been doing what they need to do to survive.
Yeah.
So why that is important to you, Eric, is the Cuban cigars. If you're buying a Bahique, buy it. If you want to spend $100 on a Cuban, buy it. It's going to be sensational. But the reality of the situation is they're revolting against the government because they haven't been taken care of. And even a doctor makes $7 a week.
No, it's more. It's about. I think they make about $75 a month.
$75 a month to be a doctor. This is an environment that is a true survival pace. But if you look at Nicaraguan, Dominican Republic, if we look at a number of these countries, their processes are in place. They have music and air conditioning and churches and childcare and schools.
Yeah,
and
it's
They have
funds.
doctors on staff.
They have doctors on staff. And to me, that's what
Daycare.
daycare is huge.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the cathedral that
It's generational. People, they want their kids to come work at the same factory that they have worked at for the past 20 years
They take
because
pride
they're
in
taking
that.
care of there.
Yeah. They take pride in that. And what was the gentleman's name that asked the question?
Eric.
Eric. I had the opportunity to spend about 8 days in Cuba at the Habanos Festival. The person that I was the guest of was able to get me kind of backstage passes to a lot of the factories. One of the things that I think when I got a chance to see how the sausage was made and go to the factories that are government owned, there's one factory that basically makes every brand or assembles every brand except Cohiba, Trinidad, and Partagas. But everything else, Monte Cristo and Hoya and all those were coming out of that factory. That factory makes one cigar. They just put different labels on them. So if you see a Hoya that's $15 and you see a Monte Cristo number 2, it's $22. They're shaped the same. They are the same. That is the reality. The unfortunate thing is that that country grows about enough tobacco to make about 90 million cigars. They pre-sell in January about 110 million cigars. So they're buying tobacco from all over the world, claiming that it's 100% Cuban cigar. And Cuban cigars definitely have a unique flavor, but the give a shit meter, when it comes to actually putting that cigar together, just doesn't exist. And they're throwing cigars together as fast as they possibly can. Performance on the cigars, I actually talked to the vice president at Habanos, which is the cartel that runs Cuban cigars.
I love how you call
I
them cartel
know.
every time.
Because it is.
Yeah.
I mean, Habanos gets all the money, and they don't make a cigar. They're the
marketing
conduit.
engine.
They're the marketing engine. So, but what's interesting is those guys talk about how they are putting tobacco into production that's only 6 months old. And as we know, tobacco starts to get sick and go through that fermentation process, starts kicking off ammonia at 12 to 16 months. So a lot of people ask Cubans, now how long do I let it sit before I smoke it?
About
Which is-
17 years.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta let it sit for well over a year. But what's interesting is, and we were having a conversation with the vice president of Habanos that was talking about the fact that he was very curious what was happening with Atabey in the United States. Is it well accepted? And he was wondering from the standpoint, what would happen if Cubans were available legally in the United States tomorrow? And I said, look, there's one, I think what we'd see is people lined up around the building to get them, and then they would smoke it and go, it's okay.
And they
you know,
also can't keep up with the demand.
they can't keep up with the demand. So
And the price point, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
no, the price point in Cuba is very cheap. All the cigars are $5 or $6. It's just when they
Import
get
taxes
into
and all that
distribution
stuff.
and everything else. But the one thing is performance. When we evaluate cigars, performance. How well does the cigar draw, burn, things like that. 5 to 6 on average cigars in a box of 25 from Cuba are not smokable. I mean, you literally can't get a draw. I get better draw trying to pull this out of lighting it through this. So I mentioned to I actually asked the vice president, I said, is it normal that you have so many cigars that don't perform? And he said, yes, 5 to, well, actually he put it, 10% is acceptable. Well, it's closer to 20% of the box. And I said, well, that's a problem. Because in the United States, if we as consumers buy 25 of something, we want all 25 to work.
Well, and look at it this way.
And they just don't care.
If the price point, if 10% is okay, then 2.5 cigars per box.
Which is it's always more.
Or $50, you're going to piss away.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, you could buy 2 of those Atabey Divinos at $50, and you've got 3 hours of sensational tobacco and experience.
Easy.
We have Chuck Walls here, one of our members. He had never had a Cuban. So I took a Cuban, I took the label off, and I had a Bandolero. And we took the label off. And he smoked both of them. I didn't tell him which one was which. And he smoked both of them about halfway down. I go, which one's your favorite? He goes, this one isn't even close to this one. And it was the Cuban that he said wasn't even close to the Bandolero. Bandolero's,
So
$15.
So Eric, to your point, suggestions to a good smooth cigar. If you hop on industrialcigars.co, you're going to see a number of cigars that sit in that smooth range. You can choose based on your intensity, but smoke a Bandolero. If you want something that is to the nth degree better than anything that is what Cuba's putting out, if I may say that, a Bandolero will get you hooked.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've smoked 20 of those things since they got in last week.
Yeah, Eric, send us a DM and we'll connect you to the brands that we mentioned and send the links out for sure.
No, there are guys that want Cubans, and just understand that the things to look for. We do a show called How to Spot Fake Cubans, but the one thing is if you're going to buy something on the internet, just understand that if they say they're going to ship you the box, the cigar in the box, and if it gets taken at customs, they'll send you another one, no charge. That's a red flag that they're going to be fake. So there's just as many fakes online as there is on the beach, and that's just something to be cautious. You have to go to a Habanos SA shop. If the price is too good to believe it, it probably is fake. But we use our friend Vinod down in St. Martin. He does a good job, but he takes the label off, he puts a Dominican wrapper, slides it in there, ships it. So if and when it gets caught in customs, it makes it through. So there are tricks to do it, but
Are you familiar with the cigar that Chris Coulter is smoking, the Cuban Seed Emerald Robusto? Are you familiar with that?
no.
Who makes that, Chris Coulter? I'm curious because if you're enjoying it, Chris knows his stuff about cigars.
There are a lot of one example is Foundation has a cigar, the Tabernacle CT-142. The CT-142 is actually a rare seed from Cuba called the CT-142, but that seed is then grown in Connecticut. And it takes, because of the soil in Connecticut, it takes that cigar, the wrapper, 3 years to age. But once it comes out the other side, it's really, really nice. But there are Cuban seed product around.
How's that Ducon so far?
Great. I had one last week when I first saw it. And this is definitely going to be in my rotation. There's no reason not to smoke this cigar.
Yeah, it is. Cuban Seed Cigar Company.
So that's their price point, $30-ish, $40.
$30 a cigar. Okay, so it's top dog cigars.
Well,
It's not a top dog cigar site, if I'm being honest.
no.
But neither is Atabey's.
No, it's not.
That could be the worst.
Their new one turned out pretty good.
Did it? The new site?
Yeah.
Because their first site was rough.
That's already up.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, good photography and stuff.
Okay, good. Good. Marty Upton's still in. Who else we got? We got Larry Adams still in.
$85 cigar.
85.
Salomon.
I get really, really wary of anything over 40. And do they also have an $8 cigar there that I'm seeing?
Did they move the
Oh,
decimal?
30, okay.
Yeah, it's all 20, 30.
Okay, 20, 30.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
company out of Hollywood, California.
Well, that's half the problem.
Yeah, so it's about a $15 cigar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
62% tax.
What's up, Darren Moore? What's up, everybody who's joining us? If you have questions, fire them through. Glad everyone could join us this Saturday morning.
At 10 a.m. sharp.
I'm so excited I get to play golf in the morning.
I know. What if we closed like Friday, Saturday, Sunday? What do you
It'd be a
think?
little harder to make our
That would
overhead.
suck.
We wouldn't stay open, let's be honest.
No, I think that would be.
Yeah, you close
Okay.
all 7
All right.
days of the week. Not
Forget
just those
that.
30.
Yeah.
So Chris is saying small company, high quality.
Right.
So, and the thing is if they're selling online from California, there's a 62% tobacco tax in California. So that's going to naturally inflate it. An Atabay in California, they sell for $75. So
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
Whoa.
so Aaron Childress says he can get some Cubans for real. He'll bring some to the armory. I will challenge you. Bring your Cubans, and I'll bring some Atabays, and we can blind test.
Oh, a blind test. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a number of cigars that I would no. Don't get me wrong. One thing that the soil in Cuba does with a natural Cuban cigar, it has a very distinct flavor. It's very much like hay, like barnyard hay, and that's distinctive in all of their cigars. And I think that's why they'll see like a Cohiba Maduro number 5, which is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. It's not a Cuban Maduro wrapper, but they take this, it makes it stronger. It gives it more spice and pepper because for the most part, all of their cigars are kind of vanilla. They're all pretty much in the same lane. It's just, it's size and that's about it.
Velma, welcome in. Velma Hammond joining us.
Awesome. A lot of ladies coming in. Dustin.
Dustin
A lot
got
of
a
ladies
4.
coming in. Dustin.
Dustin, he got 4 for $20 at Hotel Internacional in Havana. That's the real deal. But
Yeah.
at $5 a cigar,
Hand rolls.
smoke.
At that, well, and the thing is they have celebrated rollers in Cuba that are like rock stars. So it's like, people pay an appearance fee to actors and stuff to get people to come to their nightclubs. They do the same thing at these big hotels in Cuba. These really renowned rollers will come there and they actually will roll on the floor. And those cigars are typically better than anything you're going to buy in the box.
Wow.
Not banded, and they'll typically come bundled up. But there's 2 or 3 places. Hotel Villanueva that we went to, 250-year-old hotel, really, really cool. But the guy there is a rock star roller. Sits up on this like stage and just rolls cigars all day long.
Now that would be a cool spectacle to
Yeah,
watch.
and they're $5-6.
See, I'm in. See, if I had spent $5 a cigar and 10% don't work, I'm not upset with that.
No.
$5 a cigar I can walk away from.
Oh, sure.
But at $30, $40, $50 a cigar, I'm having issues with it.
Oliver and I sat there for about 4 hours and drank Cuban coffee and smoked cigars, and it was amazing how many full quarter-inch burned cigars were sitting in the ashtray. Just couldn't get anything going with it. I mean, it was. And a lot of times they talk about you got to let the cigars, Cubans sit at 65% humidity to dry them out because the tobacco's just wet. It's young,
Yeah.
What's up, Adrian?
Yeah, so Eric's going to DM us his email, and we'll definitely put him on some good cigars.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, I look forward to that. Eric.
Please do. Yeah, we'll get you onto something that's really, really next level.
And then Aaron said deal.
Cool.
So we'll have to go to Wichita.
Real nice.
Go to Wichita, or you know what? I've been through Wichita.
We went to Wichita for Nate's track meet that time,
Yeah.
and you scared the hell out of the entire track team with your dog.
How? You ever want to scare a track team? Bring a Doberman into a hotel.
Right down the lobby.
Right through the center.
This one dude he's like 6'5", doesn't have a worry in the world. Everybody would see him and go, oh shit, I'm going the other way. That dude stood up against the wall and didn't move until Allie walked past. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, we've been to Wichita. Come on down to Frisco. We'll take care of you, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, we're Omaha boys, so we know We know that flatland.
I'm gonna go to the gun range.
And we'll go to the gun range. Yeah,
absolutely.
Better yet, come on down. We'll take care of you.
Yeah,
we'll take care
For
of you.
sure.
We'll welcome you into this family.
So you guys appear to have empty glasses. So that's is that a good sign? A bad sign?
It's a sign.
It's a sign.
of
It's a
some
sign
sort.
that we need to probably pull that cork again.
You
Do
want
it.
more of that, or you want to try a rye?
Let's try a rye.
Can't dance, it's too wet to plow. Might as well.
What'd you say?
It's an old Nebraska saying. When it gets down to where you got to make a decision, you just can't dance and it's too wet to plow. We might as well.
That's pretty good.
I'm surprised you never heard that.
No, I never heard that. We were city folk by the time we got to it.
Thank you. So Sean Ratz is talking about the Nova.
Yeah.
Changed flavors in the back half, and it's fantastic.
Gary's coming down from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Awesome.
Next week sometime.
Nice.
Hell yeah, let us know. Go Big Red. Yeah, we'll take care of you for sure.
By the way, Gary, I did get your DM on Instagram regarding your Haas machines. I checked with my buddy Jeremy. He's tapped out on machines at the moment, but we appreciate the lookout, man. Thank you.
This smells like rye. It smells like my great grandma's attic.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, tell me it doesn't smell like an old foot, like an old dusty sock or something.
That's not.
It's not
It's
quite
got a little bit of
mothballs.
that. Yeah, it's not quite mothballs.
Like pretty dusty.
It is pretty shitty.
What are you picking
I
up?
don't know, fucking socks.
Yeah.
Socks, right?
Wet socks, no.
We could have a little bit of rye spice.
Rye
Just a
spice
little bit
and
of
socks.
sweetness. No socks here.
I wish I was cool enough to like this shit, though. I gotta tell you that.
You like the smoke wagon? Though, right?
Smoke wagon was good. Yeah, I mean, it reminded me a lot of an onion tequila.
It did. But Willett is so popular and hard to find. I mean, they're both hard to find. We were talking about this earlier. But Willett is just an old company, right?
Yeah, it's an old, it tastes like an old wooden ship
Yeah.
called Diversity.
You said shit.
Ship. Yeah, not old shit. Yeah, no offense, Willett. You guys are killing it.
Okay, so Gary, here's the deal. You come down here, we'll take care of you, and then I'm going to come up for a Nebraska game, and I'll meet you at Capitol Cigar Lounge in Lincoln, and we'll smoke some cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric's from Alabama. Definitely make a road trip out here to Frisco, Texas. And yeah, we'll definitely take care of you.
Yeah, and when we say we will take care of you, it is very much so. If we haven't met, the first time we meet, you're going to meet everyone in the lounge.
Yeah.
It's like going to somebody's backyard barbecue and you're going, oh, this is my auntie, this is my uncle.
Yeah.
You'll meet everybody and your head will be spinning and everyone will just be filling your glass up.
You'll be treated like family, and I guarantee you, any other cigar lounge in the area, that will not happen.
Agreed.
So it looks like Marty got the same bottle today, and now I'm going to smell old socks. It is. You know what? It is. It's interesting. We were talking about this the other day when we were doing our cigar training with the new staff. It is amazing how if you do have a palate that you can pick up certain notes, how if you share those notes that you're getting, people get it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a lot of that just goes to the fact that, you know, I always use the analogy if you grew up and you were given oranges your whole life, but no one actually told you that it was an orange, you would only know the flavor, but not able to connect the dot. And sometimes flavors get clouded by the taste of tobacco. But there are some really notes that really jump out that a lot of times you taste it and you go, familiar, just haven't connected, and you say it's cedar or it's espresso or, you know, it's coffee beans or whatever. Then all of a sudden it's just like the light goes off because you just kind of need that need to connect that dot.
So I'm going to start telling everyone that tastes like old socks, just so that it sits on the shelf longer and I can find the bottles more easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of smell and taste, because I'm a long hauler, this week I had a breakthrough, and I have never been so excited because I was sitting on my couch, relaxing. Kids went to sleep. It's Ollie and I hanging. Havana sitting here, my dog's sitting on my lap, and she's just kind of sitting. And then all of a sudden, I go, I can smell a dog fart. And it was a moment of clarity that I haven't had. You have no idea. If you haven't been able to smell anything since January, a dog fart was the best smell I've smelled my whole life.
Yeah.
It was like seeing color for the first time. It was
Well,
like squeezing her, trying to squeeze more farts out of her. Oh, it was the greatest thing ever.
It was funny when Megley had COVID, she had lost her sense of taste, and she had ordered a sandwich one day from Chick-fil-A. And she took a bite into it, and just her eyes lit up because all of a sudden there was flavor there again. So,
it's the worst.
Yeah, make sure you tune in every Tuesday for great comments and
Dog farts.
video. Yeah.
I just want to see if that comes through with the captions.
yeah. Yeah, you just blew up Google.
Yeah. There's no way the algorithm doesn't pick that up.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, so what are some of the other things that you guys have paired with that you enjoy pairing a cigar with? I'm a big fan of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
It leaves that cherry on your palate, so it just works perfect.
I'll tell you what, if you want to kick it up a notch, a Colorado Bulldog.
Oh, man.
Have you had a Colorado
Please.
Bulldog?
You know,
No.
You have, right?
yeah. Well,
You know what it is, right?
very similar to Russian.
It's
White Russian.
It's a White Russian with
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh.
And it is creamy,
Yep.
it's rich, but then
That
it
would be great.
has all of the cherry and all of that element that
Yeah.
comes out. A Colorado Bulldog is badass. It's
Never
awesome. With a cigar, it's really next level.
Yeah, and then we've talked about chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk is great.
That definitely does good. And then y'all discovered tequila.
Yes, Socorro.
Okay, Socorro tequila reposado. All right.
I think either one is good because they're both very butterscotch. It's that new Highland.
But it's with a cigar that's
You can't get it.
Okay,
You
it's
can't
this
get it.
one with a Maduro wrapper on it, but it tasted like
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Reese's peanut butter.
And there's no bullshit. It tastes like Reese's peanut butter cups. Unbelievable. And Gary's coming in. He's a coffee guy. I'm with
Yeah.
you.
We're huge coffee guys.
Yeah.
I think McClurkin was always talking about cream soda.
You know what? And to that point, Frank just put in root beer and bourbon cream. That
I'm a
kills.
huge fan of
Oh,
it.
that sounds great.
Yeah. Yellow Belly chocolates. Those are good with anything, period.
Yeah.
You don't even have to have those with anything.
No, just eat
Just
them.
eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think to Gary's point with coffee,
Oh,
just coffee ignites the same part of your palate. So a lot of times, what happens is the coffee neutralizes the tobacco flavor. They kind of neutralize it, and it lets all the background notes of both the coffee and the cigar come forward. And that's particularly if you can find the right one. The one that we get with Distretto is half Mexican, half is it DR?
Nicaraguan.
Half Nicaraguan. Roasted, is it good? It's just super citrusy, and then when you smoke a cigar with it, that just screams out the front.
I kind of like having something like an Angelique also with a coffee.
Oh,
And that sweetness kind of
100%.
resets they work together, but it also resets your palate. So every time you're going back to the coffee, you're getting the flavor. Every time you go back to the cigar, you're getting the flavor.
Couldn't agree more.
Like, it's delicious.
Marty up to coming in with a PBR hard coffee.
Marty is like beyond esoteric when it comes to coffee.
I still have. So Marty, he's talking PBR hard coffee. I still have what he brought to my house was a Crown and Coke in a can.
I have those at home.
Part of me is surprised, part of me isn't.
I bought them just to see what it was like.
It's for the guys he has a special humidor for too.
Yeah.
He's got this in there. He's like, oh, you're not much of a drinker. Here, take this
It's
can.
another fridge. But my daughter, she loved them. She's like, oh shit, I love these. And she never drinks. And she drank that, so I bought it.
She's 12.
4-pack.
Yeah. She'll get better at it.
Did you not like it? I mean, it's not.
I didn't. It's still, Marty, it's still my fridge. So please come get this shit.
So it's aging.
Literally, there's no way I could open it up.
It's aging.
It's just-
I'll take my daughter over to the house.
Yeah, your daughter can come hang at the house. We've got one can for her, thanks to Marty.
Yeah.
Throw that crap out, says Marty.
Now, what about beer? You're into beer.
I'm
So
huge into beer.
what beer will pair with that?
This is very easy. Most beer works well, except for a hoppy IPA. Stay away from with cigars.
Unless
But-
it's a Dogfish 120.
Oh, does that work?
Yeah.
Yeah, especially those they say on the bottle age as well.
Yes.
And when you let them age for a couple years, they almost become like a sherry wine. You don't get any of that bitterness out of it anymore. So the flavor changes completely. I've got a couple dozen at home. I'm a huge fan of those.
I have some from 2015.
Nice.
Wow. I'll let you have one.
Oh, I'm all for it.
It's that close from being a bourbon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
You're
16.
kidding me.
No.
It's 16 to 19% ABV. Depending,
Holy shit.
they don't put it on the bottle usually. They just pour the batch to batch.
You just
it's
know
slightly
after a beer and you're walking in
Yeah,
walls.
yeah.
I share one with Kathleen. Typically, if I have one, that's all it takes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I said
But-
recommended serving size is a half a bottle, so I have 2 servings.
Yeah.
We're getting into the season, but there's a German.
Can.
There is a barf in a can.
I'm sure. He's talking about the.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
the Crown Royal.
Yeah.
I got it for you. But the best beer for a cigar, in my opinion, especially now that we're getting close to Oktoberfest, is a German Marzen. Marzen is a style of German beer that has this crispness that a blonde would have, but it has this, I wouldn't even call it malty, but it has this depth to it. But it's only for Oktoberfest, and the Marzens are sensational. And Hoppin's thing out of Grapevine, Texas, makes one called a 3113 for the fire department there to raise funds. It is unbelievable. I mean, it is just, it's hearty, it's rich, it's full, but it's next level.
Is it because you had this in Germany during Oktoberfest?
Yes, it's nostalgic for me.
Jeez, yeah.
I think it's nostalgic because when we were in Lugano in Switzerland on September 20th. Too bad we're not in Europe during Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
What time? Maybe we could catch some of it. And
That's where you got your passport.
yeah, and we hopped on Google. When does Oktoberfest start? Tomorrow. We went. You want to go to Germany?
Okay.
And so we bought our train ticket and went to Munich.
I'm guessing it was October.
It was September 21st.
Oh, this started a week early.
September 21st.
We start at the end of September.
So we got the first beer out in the Hofbrau tent with Alessia when she was 2. And since that point, yes, you're right. Very nostalgic beer.
Yeah.
Very much so because I went there. But that beer I've just been hooked on ever since. It's perfect. It's
Can
got
you get it
body.
here?
You can get it here.
Nice.
And it's about to be that season when you can get it. I'll tell you, Paulaner makes one.
So
The Spot
the
is
Spot
very good.
is a great beer,
And you can get that year-round.
It's Marzen, yeah.
Yep, you can get that year-round. Anything that has that blue and white
Okay.
checkered flag,
Yep.
you can get that. It's Marzen, try that with beer. It's awesome.
The Spot in Oktoberfest. Did you ever see that?
Most
I can see
Oktoberfest
that, yeah.
beers are going to be Marzens.
All right, love it.
But
I can see that. Definitely.
And every year, Costco releases an advent calendar of beers, and they all come in 16-ounce cans, and they're all Marzens, and they are.
There's 16-ounce cans?
They're 16-ounce cans, and they do it right.
Wow.
And you can get this big advent calendar. I just rip it and just use it the way it's supposed to be. I don't do that one day bullshit, but absolutely sensational.
Speaking of advent calendars,
I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna.
Yes.
you have to.
We talked about doing it more like a mad scientist role.
Sure.
So we don't do the advents. We got some things.
We got some
Okay.
things in the works.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. It's gonna be cool.
I mean,
Very cool.
Tony Edwards, he'll be in Texas after the first of the year when we start up our cigar smoking and fishing addiction tour.
Nice.
That sounds like a great tool.
Wow, Tony, will you be close to Dallas?
Tony, yeah, if you do, there's a lot of fishermen here at Industrial Cigar.
We'll fill up a tour for you.
We'll hook you up with those dudes. Yeah, I know some guides in the local lakes here as well, just like a deal. Who else fishes?
Well, they have the Bassmaster tournament at Lake Fort.
Iceland.
They have
Yeah.
some of the best striper fishing in the world is at Lake Tobacconists, which is an hour from here. It's known for catfishing. There's great fishing here, and
And if
in
you wanna
January you can go, and it's a little chilly, but it's not like up north.
No.
You got to ice fish in January up north.
Yeah, and if you want to catch a gator, you could come to my house because they have found alligators in Lake Louisville
Really?
recently. Like within the past couple months, they found a couple gators in Lake Louisville. So Yeah.
That's just some asshole that got one in like New Orleans or something and brought it with him in a car.
You know
and
what?
threw it in
Fucking
there.
McClurkin.
I know, right?
Just let the grocery get shoot
He's
it.
like, oh, I have to go back to New Orleans again. I'm just gonna bring him here.
So
Yeah.
to close this, I think
Yeah.
it's the best question to toss over to stage right for us and just figure out, because I'm curious what you think his answer is and what you think his answer is. But Bigfoot, does he exist?
No.
And we're
What do you
we're
think?
assuming what he knows. What he's
What
saying.
Noah thinks?
Oh, I think Noah's a believer.
I am. I believe.
Because you know why? Because I bet you've heard the story from McClurkin.
Oh yeah.
And
I've heard multiple
McClurkin is
stories
he's the most honest dude in the world. And if he says Bigfoot threw a rock at him, well, goddamn it, Bigfoot threw a rock at him.
I thought he was full of shit, and then he started telling me about his experiences, and I was like, I'm not ruling this out anymore.
No.
No, now Adrian says he's going to go, and obviously he'll be heavily armed. So if there's one close, we're going to have our first one.
But I'm sure
on the
Mark
server.
was heavily armed at the time, but we had a show with him here. I don't know if you watched it. We talked all about Sasquatch and all that stuff.
Because he's on her.
I'm still an unbeliever.
Still firmly a non-believer.
Yeah, still.
You don't
And-
believe
and
in
the
the UFO
UFO?
either, do you?
Yeah. Nor aliens.
UFO, aliens.
Yeah.
nothing.
Aliens exist.
We are alone in the existence.
Aliens exist. I'm
So let me
confident
tell
in
you.
that one.
I don't know, but I've never seen it for me.
Yeah.
Personally, I've not seen
Good point.
I've never seen a ghost. I've never seen Sasquatch, and I've never seen an alien. Or you.
Where do you sit on the spectrum? Because we never asked you that.
On what?
Well, I know you're heavily in the autism.
Well, I had my dad's uncle that told us, we went down
that's
saw
right.
where they stepped on the watermelon and all this stuff. So,
Yeah.
and that's a heavily wooded area in Nebraska City. So I'm quasi there. Aliens, of course. There's just no way that we're the only planet floating around that's the case.
And I'm married to an alien. She has an alien number.
Yeah.
She has an alien number, so
Yeah.
aliens exist.
Yeah, I just
And they're quite fertile.
I have this thought that, and they talk about these wormholes, and they talk about all this stuff. I have this. God, this is out there, but I just have this feeling space isn't like the ocean where it's just flat. I think it's waved, and so to get when it's all spread out, it's from this point to this point. It's a long ways away, but when it's folded like a xylophone, it's point A to point B. It's not that far.
Pops needs to smoke joints.
Yeah.
Next week we need to have him out here smoking a joint.
I need
Because
to-
if that's your starting point, you're in it.
I'm in it.
You're
Yeah.
in it.
I
We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do a live watching of Ancient Aliens, and you're hooked.
Right.
You're screwed.
Marty Upton, Mark changed his mind. Probably on that conversation.
Bigfoot is a Wookiee stuck on Earth. Could happen.
Could happen.
Larry's seen ghosts on 2 different occasions.
Oh. Okay, when is Larry in? Is Larry, you in on a Tuesday?
Please come in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you can do the show with us so we can hear the ghost story. Today I'm flipping through the channels and I see this channel that's called Paranormal Caught on Tape, Caught on Camera. And there's this guy. So picture Ty, okay? Ty is sitting he's the security guard at the counter in this business, in this hospital.
Right.
And he's just sitting there, and the security camera's watching him, and you see this white mist go across the front, and he sees it, and he takes off running down the hall. So then, like 2 weeks later, they show the footage, and again, picturing Ty, right? The guy he sees it, and he stands up, and he's kind of scared, and he picks up this, clipboard, and, bitch throws it. And he does the girliest little bitch throw, and the thing falls to the ground, and then it comes in a third time, and it goes by a different way, and he just sits back and he waves at it. And you can see this white mist on the camera. This dude is, the third time he's waving at it. So they had him, I'm the guy that submitted the video, and it was bleep, 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 bleep every time you showed it, because it was, for him, it was real.
It was real.
Yeah, it was pretty.
So if anyone knows of any paranormal areas in the DFW area, please let us know so that way we can bring Adrian, then we can catch this shit on tape.
I mean,
There's a place down in Victoria that's really famous. It's an old, like, crazy hospital.
Yeah, it's seen as hell.
Yeah, and that's supposedly that one's just crazy.
that's where like they make you stay there overnight.
No, it's just
The speakers hitting.
Right.
No, you have to check it out. If you ever go down south, because you guys go down south,
Yeah.
Texas all the time, down San
Yeah,
Antonio,
that's in the valley.
it's in Victoria. So it's over by Cuero. Yeah, check it out.
Fuck Mexican dubs.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think this is a good time to disembark. For those who are still hanging,
Why these white ghosts are appearing here all the time? It's awesome.
Be brown ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, and we're out. So thank you everyone who joined us. Boom, motherfucker.
So do Mexican ghosts still speak in Spanish, or?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I guess.
But
it would make sense.
But in like Cholo Spanish,
Yeah.
like Spanglish.
So
What are they? Boom, motherfucker.
Larry said that his wife has seen the same two ghosts on two different occasions.
Hopefully you're here on a Tuesday so we can get this done. Everyone, thank you for joining us.
Remember, next week, Nicole.
First cigar.
Gonna smoke her first cigar.
This is I
Tune in
cannot
for that for sure.
I cannot wait.
For more riveting comments and video, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.